All right, 2025 is in the present. 2024 is in the past. All the bad things that happened, all the, a few good things that happened are behind us. And I'm to start fresh. And starting fresh, what we typically do is a little season preview. So I think maybe a little brief recap of last year, and then kind of get into what we're expecting for next season.
Thank Christ, it's almost 2025, huh?
Oh yeah, needed the calendar to flip.
We just continue, even on the DP tour for yourself. We just continue to get it right in the ass.
Oh yeah, I mean, 100-1 a couple of weeks ago, 4-shot lead, not enough. I mean, do you think the calendar flip is enough to change this juju or no?
I'm hoping. I took the last 3-4 weeks off completely, and it's definitely nice just knowing I'm not going to lose $2,000.
Yeah,
every
absolutely.
fucking week. But I'm pretty pumped up for this. All it takes is a couple winners, 2 winners in like 3-4 weeks, and then we're right back at it. That's all it takes, and that's all we fucking need.
Yeah, I think optimistic view is that's definitely it. I mean, how many could have gone the other way? How many, everything, it seems like everything that could have went wrong did go wrong last year. And, we still got whatever we got. And the US Open was still a highlight, having both guys there the whole time. But how many coin flips, did we lose last year?
At least 4 or 5. I actually went back and looked. We had 11 second place finishes.
11. Jesus Christ.
I mean, not all of them were like, some of them they had a runaway, so it wasn't really a coin flip, but a lot of them, I'd say about 4 or 5 of them were at least coin flips.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this too. Like right after the US Open, we're flying high, and then Tom was in the Travelers playoff.
Oh yeah.
So that could have been, a start of something big.
So we had 5 winners when we were usually around 9 to 10 every year. I went back and looked at that too. 9 to 10 consistently since 2017. So I don't know. What do you think went wrong? Did we do anything wrong, or we just got to trust the process and moving forward?
I think it's mostly we got to trust the process, because if you go 5 seasons winning 9 or 10 times each time, and then the next time you win half that, like I feel like that's just bound to happen in the way golf goes and how close everything is. And I'm sure those years when we had 9 or 10, there were a couple coin flips that we got lucky. So I mean, I think the process is mostly good. I do think maybe evaluate kind of, because there is a big difference in those years, in that a lot of the players on the PGA Tour were off the PGA Tour last year. So I don't know if we can say that's nothing.
Yeah. So do you think our thinking is affected by that? Like we're just not like it's not is it a coincidence that just so happens like 10 of the best players are gone and we kind of didn't really adjust to the newer age coming up on the PGA Tour?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the young guys or more like that, like middle tier kind of gets elevated. And we're thinking of these guys as middle tier guys, but in reality they're higher, just because everyone kind of bumps up a notch. And I think thinking a couple of the ones like the Denny McCarthy, maybe he was a tier too good, and that 28 that we scoffed at maybe wasn't bad. Some examples like that. I think it's not as much as like trusting the young guys on tour, but it's more realizing that, some of those players who we're used to being 50 to 1 are going to be in the 28, 35 to 1. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad bet.
So are you going to go after those middle tier guys, or are you going to look for more young guys?
I like a lot of the young guys coming up. But, I also think the big part that we're kind of dismissing here is Scottie Scheffler won 9 times.
Yeah.
So, and he's 4 to 1. It's hard to hit outrights when one guy wins 9 times and he's 4 to 1 every week.
Yeah, we had another second place there to Scottie 2 weeks ago at the Hero. That was cool.
Yeah. So I think the big question for 2025 is Scottie going to continue to do what he's doing? And if so, it's going to be harder to hit, because that just takes 9, 10 tournaments away that are able to be won that aren't able to be won.
Right. All right. So what's your expectations for Scottie this year?
It's tough because, I mean, there's really no basis in saying to think he's going to slow down at all. There's nothing that's given us any evidence to that. But also, historically, other than Tiger, this really hasn't happened, especially for multiple seasons.
He hasn't slowed down like we thought maybe this past year he would slow down, but it's just not happening. It's just he's
Do you
too
think it's
good.
never happening?
Never happening as far as what? I don't think he's going to win as many times as he does. Would it surprise me? I know it would not surprise me actually if he did. But
Yeah, same.
I don't think he's regressing to where he's not the best player in the world.
Right, I agree. So I think what we're talking about here, we're not saying if a disappointing season for him is going to be, all of a sudden he sucks. It's going to be he wins 6 times.
Wow, 6 times?
Or 5.
He also has his spots where you just know he's going to fucking win.
Yeah. And he's just so balanced now, and the putter is pretty good. I think I don't know. I mean, I don't know what his weakness is anymore. He's so good around the green.
I wish he wasn't so fucking gay.
Right, a lot of people have been begging for this forever, and now that it's here, it sucks.
Yeah, we needed somebody like this, but it's the wrong fucking guy.
Yeah. He's definitely not the right guy to be doing what he's doing.
No, like how much better would it be if it was Rory or fucking Rahm? I mean, ideally the best one would be if it was Bryson, but he's on LIV.
Yeah. No, the thing with Tiger is never going to be replicated because the guy who is one, how dominant he was, and the other part though is he's the biggest star and the best player.
Right, he's Michael Jordan.
In golf, I mean, people are saying, look at the PNC ratings last week, and they were good, which is crazy. But I mean, they were way up, which is obvious. He's in the mix with Charlie, and they're in the final pairing or whatever.
How did that rate to the hero? I lost you. What'd you say?
I said I think it's scary that that's the case because it just means the only thing people care about is Tiger, even now.
Yeah, it is. Golf's dying, man.
Ratings overall are down across the board. People say the LIV views suck, and they probably do. I'm sure they do. I mean, but everything's down.
Well, if LIV gets that deal with Fox, that'll kind of really tell you where LIV stands, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, it depends if the streaming's available or not. It's like I don't know what these numbers mean anymore because streaming is so, prevalent in today's viewing society. Everyone just wants to, stream things, and they say that's like a separate rating, but it kind of isn't. Like I don't even know how to understand viewing numbers.
Yeah, that's true. All right, but back to Scottie. Is you think he's won 6 times?
I'll say 5.
Man.
Would you sign up for 5 right now if someone asked you? Or would you take your chances whether it's 10 or 2?
No, there's so many signature events where like he's just gonna win. If we didn't have all these signature events, I don't think he'd win as many.
Yeah.
Just because they're shorter fields,
He's good in those events. I mean, when's the last time he's won a full field event? Players?
The players probably.
But
no, the Masters.
Yeah, but the Masters is 85 guys, really.
Well, let's see. The Olympics he won. That's not a full field. Wow, when is the last time?
I don't know.
No, he won. Oh, actually, Memorial wasn't, right? What was Memorial?
No, Memorial's elevated.
Yeah, but they have a cut, right?
Might be 80 at most.
Yeah, so it's like the Masters. Heritage was elevated. The Players, yeah, it's the Players. Yeah, because Travelers elevated. That's fucking wild.
Like, I mean, even those cuts are what, a 10-man cut or 15-man cut?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Those 80-man fields. We don't have 120 or 150-man fields, so it's definitely going to be easier for them.
Yeah, so that's what I think. If someone said right now, hey, you can sign up right now for 5 Scottie wins, would you take it? I think I would say yes.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I agree.
Give me the 42 to try to hit it. Like it'd be nice if we knew which ones they were.
Well, he's probably going to win API.
Yeah.
He does every year. He's probably going to win Phoenix. Actually, Phoenix is a cut now.
Yeah, it's not elevated, but isn't there a relatively simple? Obviously, it depends on the framework agreement, and we'll get to that. But like I saw earlier, Rory was playing Pebble, which is kind of unique for him. But wouldn't the solution be, hey, sponsors at Pebble want to invite DJ, let him just play the event. He got a sponsors exemption.
Yeah.
He's the Pebble guy. Let him go play it. Like, and I think there's different places for different spots. Like, we're not saying every LIV guy's to play every event. Let him play 2 or 3.
Right. That's another discussion, though.
It is. I mean, but I was just thinking about it. Like, imagine we get a DJ 40-1 at Pebble.
Yeah, I guess. What's he been doing? What's he going to be doing before that? Probably not.
I know.
A lot of golf.
So Scottie, so we say 5 wins we'll sign up for. I think to me that's probably what I would say for about around 5. Sounds right.
Major? Does he win a major?
Yeah, that's the next question. Does he win a major? I think he's got to win 1.
Yeah, if I were to choose a major, he'd win it. Only because he won the Masters last year. I'd choose Oakmont.
Same. I think U.S. Open's probably other than the Masters, his best suited major long term. But as great and dominant as he's been, if he doesn't get another major here in this dominant stretch and take advantage of what he's been doing, it's slightly disappointing.
Yeah.
2 Masters. Say that he wins 7 times this year, no majors.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah,
it's eventually going to tail off if he doesn't. He needs to reel off some of these majors while he's in this form that he's in.
Yeah. He's plus 550 to win Oakmont. Any interest?
No. No.
You're supposed to change here, Matt.
Yeah, this is the new show. We'll just bet fucking Scottie at 5-1. Is that what you guys want to hear?
All right, we're not changing.
No, we're not changing. So we'll move from Scottie. First of all, I want to say this. Let's go. I got this new shirt, the Florida Gator. I know Blake will probably get some new stuff soon. Yeah, Florida Gator. You get the Gators on here. I got the pink and purple iguanas. I love this stuff. The material is amazing. You got yours on there. 12 new shirts are in stock, ready to go. So use the code MAT15, get 15% off. Some stylish, and the material for me is what does it. It's it just feels so nice when I'm wearing it.
Does feel nice. Nice.
I gotta start golfing though. Yeah. Very nice on the nips. So Matt15, use that code. Scottie, we're going after him again this year. We're going after him.
Probably his biggest competitors next on the list. Rory, what are your expectations for Rory this year?
I think he's going to have a really good year. I don't love the major venues for him, or else I'd be looking at potential fits for him, but I don't love the majors this year, but I think he's going to bounce back and be I think he's going to be the second best player in the world, like easily.
Why don't you love Quayle for him?
I do, but I just think when he's gone back to these places that he's been so good at, he hasn't done well in majors.
Right.
Like every time it seems like it's the course he's already won at, he doesn't really play well, like Valhalla, for example.
But like, this is his biggest comp course, like his course.
But doesn't that
way more than Valhalla? I mean, he's won this thing 4 fucking times.
Does that put more pressure on him?
Yeah. All the majors have pressure on him this year.
We were talking about that before. I think you made a good point. Not that there's always pressure on Rory, so we're saying above and beyond the normal pressure. It does feel like all 4 have a little bit of added pressure.
Masters always, just because of the Grand Slam thing. PGA, I mean, it's Quayle Hollow. Last time he was here for a major, he'd already won it 2 or 3 times, and he finished like 22nd. He actually led the field off the tee too. And then you have Oakmont, U.S. Open, just because of what happened at the U.S. Open last year, and then Portrush because it's in Northern Ireland.
And obviously what happened last year with the blow up first round. And I think he could bounce back at Portrush, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because that first round, I mean, it's not like the course wasn't suited for him, considering what he did on Friday.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, it's a lot of pressure for him. Is he going to win a major? I don't know. I mean, I kind of think he can win one.
Which one, if you had to predict? Portrush?
Maybe Oakmont again. I don't know if he's so close.
Oakmont.
Yeah, but do guys, again, we talked about this before, it's a different course. Does this matter? Guys who, I like Oakmont for him in general, but do guys who lose in a playoff lose it very narrowly at the major go back and win that same major the next year?
He almost did. Right?
Yeah.
LACC. He had the fucking. He probably should have won LACC. Fucked up on that par 5. I mean, that was another heartbreaker for him. Well, not as bad as this past one, but then he came back and probably should have won this last one.
We need him to be Rory this year. I mean, we need a guy to battle with Scottie, and I really hate the buddy stuff, and I know it's, you're not going to change it in professional sports today, but it'd be nice if he'd go at Scottie a little bit and say, like, why is he okay with being second fiddle on the PGA Tour with who he is?
He shouldn't be. They asked him that question during the match.
And what he
They
said,
were like, how does it feel playing with the best player in the world? And he's like, and then Barkley said something like, well, you're not too shabby either. Like Barkley was trying to get him to like say something negative. He's like, yeah, you're the second best player. He's like, yeah, that's right. He didn't seem like too happy about it.
If I was him, I'd say I am the best player in the world.
He should. But he's also driving a cart with Scottie.
Yeah, but I mean, Scottie should expect to hear that. I don't want my competitors to think, me to think I'm better than them. I mean, sure, everyone should think they're the best. Not everybody, but if you're close, and especially Rory, I mean, you're Rory fucking McIlroy, the most talented player, since Tiger in terms of pure raw talent.
Yep. So how many times do you think he wins?
I think he wins 5.
So what if he? Okay, where's he? What if he wins a DP Tour event? Just say he wins Dubai, like he always does, and then he wins. Say he wins API. What if he wins API and the Players?
That's not a good
Masters? No, I'm saying coming into the Masters. If he wins a DP event, API, Players,
then
what did he do at the Masters?
Second.
He's just not going to win?
I don't know. Maybe he will. I mean, I know you're big on this, and I think it's right. The hottest guy is typically going to win the Masters, but does that apply to him?
I don't know. Does it? I'd
have
to go down a rabbit hole of what he's done before the Masters.
I know. Because he does seem. I mean, he's won the Players obviously, and he does seem to win those events kind of a good amount going into the season. So he's had to been in that position.
Was the Players in May that year? No, or was that the first year? It was in March. I can't remember.
I think it was the first year. It was in March, but yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, it's a tough one with him there. I mean, as good as has been there at times, and I also feel like he's underachieved there too. Just in general, he should, even when he's like, I feel like he should contend there more often.
Hey, he doesn't contend that often. Like when have you seen him in the mix?
I really think,
like the one year when Reed won, he was 4 back going into Sunday.
And then he finished second a couple of years ago when he holed out from the bunker, though. Was never really in it.
Right. Has he ever grinded out like in the mix Masters? Like, I don't know, like Brooks. Brooks hasn't won the Masters yet, but he's like been in the mix like 2 or 3 times, No,
I feel like the only time was like 2011.
Right. And like DJ was in the mix a bunch of times before he finally won.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's just weird. Whereas like his US Open, he's in the fucking mix every fucking year. Like he's a storyline on the weekend.
He's always been the guy, like people say, his swing and everything he does is just perfectly suited for Augusta.
Right. Which I don't know if I necessarily agree with, but yeah.
Let's see. I'm looking here real quick. T5 in 2020 in the COVID one.
No, he was never in the mix. That was Sanjay and Cam Smith.
He's had a lot of like decent, like good finishes. T8 in 2014, 4th in 2015, 10th in 2016.
Bubba and Spieth. I don't remember. The 2016 was Willett, and that's when Spieth gagged. Nope.
2017 T7.
That was Rose and Sergio.
2018 T5.
That was the one Reed won, and he was in the mix, sort of.
2019, not really involved. T21.
Nope.
Then the Masters. That was the Tiger one. And then 2020, the COVID one, DJ one. I don't remember him being there yet. Cam Sungjae and him. Missed the cut in 2021. 2022, that's when he backdoored that second place with the hole-out bunker shot. Cut in 2023. And then last year, T22.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just, it will be interesting, though, if he reels off a few wins early.
So that's the only way he can do it, right?
I think. Just be the hottest player,
yeah. And then then he shoots a, 6 under in round one, and then the pressure's all on him.
Yep.
But I'm expecting a big year from him. Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. He only has a few years left, I think.
Of prime, yeah.
Prime.
He's 35.
Yeah. Eventually, he's going to get to that. He probably has 5 years left, right? And then he'll get to probably where, not as bad as where DJ's at right now, but that DJ portion of his career.
Yeah, he's closer to 36 than 35 too. So yeah, I said 5 good years.
Yeah. All right, next guy. Expecting really, really, really big things out of this guy, Jon Rahm. I can see him winning 2 majors. Not saying he's gonna win 2 majors, but I can see it. I think he's coming into the season he's gonna have a huge chip on his shoulder. He's picked to win the Masters as of right now. And I also love him at Portrush. And I don't see. I only see Rahm having a massive year, and if he doesn't, then there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah, if Rahm doesn't have a good year, then I'll concede to the LIV schedule not working for top players.
Yeah, like there's just no fucking way he's not gonna have a monster year, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what we said last year about Bryson. We said if we're sure there's one guy who's going to win a major this year, it's Bryson. And that's one thing we did really well, I think, last year, projecting that. And then our season preview show, we said Bryson's winning one of these. And he was involved in 3 out of the 4 of them. And the one we said he wasn't going to be involved was the Open, and he wasn't. So,
all right.
And that's how I feel about Rahm this year. If I had to say you have to pick one person to win a major, and if you don't Rahm. And that includes Scottie.
Agree. I think he never. We'll get to Quail, but the numbers on him at Quail, I thought were good.
My question is this: we're talking about the Masters, and you like him for the Masters. What does he have in front of him to let himself get hot for the Masters?
Is he playing any DP events?
I don't think so.
No?
Oh, I want to say he's played them all already.
And what's the LIV schedule?
They open up February 2nd. March, April.
That's earlier than usual, right?
Yeah. But they're all international early.
February. They start in Riyadh?
Riyadh, yep.
Is that how you say it? Riyadh?
Yeah.
Then they go to Adelaide.
Yep.
Hong Kong.
Yep.
In March. Singapore in March.
And that's it. Yep.
There's nothing else. There's 4 events?
Before the Masters, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll find out, right?
So his prep for the Masters is playing in Saudi Arabia, Australia, Hong Kong, and Singapore.
Singapore is a good. Isn't Singapore a good comp? The other 3 are not, definitely not.
Yeah, it's a good one. Sergio's won it both, but March 14th. I mean, that gives him what? 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
He's got to play some DP events. No?
But is there one right before the Masters?
No, but he'll play some of the early ones, I think.
Maybe. I mean, but I'm worried about a 3-week break before playing.
Why? They all have fucking 3-week breaks.
Do they?
Some of them do.
Let's see. What did he do the year he won? That was
Like
2020.
most of them play the Players and then don't play again until the Masters.
Yeah. Yeah, before he won, he played the match play March 26, which is 2 weeks before. He withdrew from the Players, and he was T39 at API March 5th.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really playing, but then he won Genesis in February, which we think is that time. So it doesn't have to be right before the Masters. So he won Century, he won Amex, T7 at Farmers. So you don't have to have a great March.
Right. No, you got to win early.
Yeah.
I remember that because remember people got off him after we were riding with him.
Yeah.
The entire time, and people got off him, and we actually got some more decent numbers on him.
Yeah, like 10-1 Masters, pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's gonna win. I've already bet him at I've sprinkled him at Augusta. I've sprinkled him at Quail, and I've pounded the shit out of him at Portrush.
Yeah, I bet some of the Portrush and Quail, but I'm yet to jump on the Masters. What's that, 14?
Yeah, I just sprinkled it.
Is there a world where it's better than that?
I don't see it. How? I mean, unless he completely sucks ass, which I don't anticipate. How's he gonna suck in these live events?
But are they played in any of these majors or any of these events where you see both players? Are we seeing live guys in the top 3 on the odds board?
These majors?
Yeah.
Isn't Bryson up on some of them?
Yeah, and I'm saying like last year, even when they were playing well, they never put these guys at the top of the market.
He was.
But even I remember at the Open, he was like 16.
Well, that's because he had a shit start. He didn't play the U.S. Open. Where was he coming into the PGA? He's a tough one. I don't know. Wasn't Bryson?
Yeah.
After the PGA, what was he the U.S. Open week of?
20.
He was still 20? Yeah, that's
so.
right. He was.
I just don't think they respect kind of the live.
He's 11-1 right now on DraftKings.
Rahm is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the 14 is a great number. But I think you might be able to get it again.
He's 12 at the PGA now on DraftKings. 14 at the Open. And 12 at the U.S. Open.
So, yeah, big year for Rahm. Rahm and Rory. That's what I think this year is about. Rahm and Rory. One of those guys or both of them steps up to challenge Scottie. That's the only people who can.
You don't think X can?
I don't even acknowledge he exists.
The guy won 2 majors last year.
Turning a new leaf here.
All right, let's start with. I guess we'll just stay on X. What do you expect out of this fucking asshole?
Of maybe not being a closer, but I think now it goes the opposite way. He wins a couple other events, doesn't win any majors.
Really? Okay.
I think he might win a couple signature events.
It's just it's tough to win majors.
He's definitely not winning the major.
I don't know. I said that after I said he was definitely not winning the Open, and he fucking won the Open.
He did, but he got a pretty big wave advantage.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I'm not taking anything away from him. He had a phenomenal season, but I just think it's tough to replicate. And something about him, man, I still don't. Yeah, of course he's a very good elite player. and 2 majors in a year is really tough to do. But I just think it's, how do you bounce back? How do you have the season after that, you know?
Yeah, agree. Okay. I mean, fuck X. Well, let's talk about Bryson. What do you make of he's got a new series now. He's playing public courses
Yeah.
after the break 50.
I got to say this real quick. I've always said this. I think they have such an advantage playing on the perfectly manicured fairways and roughs.
I was going to ask you to hear what he said.
I think that's so true. I mean, like, I'm glad he said it because it's the most obvious thing ever. Every time I'm playing, I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Every time I miss a fair, you get the horrible lies. Even in the fairways, you get bad lies, especially us beat up tracks in the Northeast.
Yeah.
It's not fair. So yeah, it's right. If we got to play on a perfectly, manufactured PGA Tour course all the time, it'd probably improve your score by 5 shots around.
Yep. I was glad he said that. I was like, I agree with this completely.
Yeah. The YouTube stuff, I don't know if it affects, his professional play. Do you?
I can't tell yet. When is enough too much?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that correctly, but you know what I mean.
I do. And I think, I do think there is a point where it probably is too much. I don't know if we don't know if that's at that point yet.
Right.
But I am expecting a down year for him a little bit.
Down year? Because he didn't have a good LIV year.
No, he had a bad, but the courses really don't suit him all that well.
No, the only one that, right. Riyadh, yeah. Right, that's the only one. The others, I mean, at least before the Masters, they all don't suit him at all.
Hong Kong's a really tough driving course in terms of accuracy. You got to be pretty accurate there. Same for Singapore.
Yeah, in the majors, I don't
think Bryson went to major this year.
I really like Quail for him.
If there's one, it's that one.
Yeah, I really like Quail, but yeah, that would be the only one, I think.
But I'll also say I do think he's getting better at Augusta. I mean,
yeah, he's just, I don't know, he's just good. He's always
great.
grinding. He's always grinding, no matter what.
But he's a guy you can rule out at some places, you know?
Definitely.
That's why he's not the best player in the world. That's why he's not Rory, Scottie, and Rahm.
Correct.
You can't rule those guys out anyway. Yeah, he's definitely most polarizing, most exciting. I love him. But there are a lot of people who ruled him out of Pinehurst because they thought it was too wonky for him.
I would love to see him win another major this year.
Oh, it'd be great.
It would be awesome. I hope it's Quail because I already bet him there.
Is that what's that, 20? Is that a good number, 20?
20, I thought it was a good number.
Yeah, I think it is.
He's got great history there.
Yeah,
good history.
Yeah, driving is important.
Yeah, driving's important. Fast greens. I mean, you can win a putting contest there.
Yeah. He's a great. That's the thing about him and why he's good, I think, in these majors. He's just a much better putter than people want to give him credit for.
And he just won a major in North Carolina.
Yeah.
On Bermuda.
Yeah, I think that's definitely his best shot. But I mean, the funny thing is, he said the par 67 thing or whatever, and everyone gave him shit for it. I think we saw a little bit last year, especially in round one, as to why he believed that. And I think he is going to slowly get better and better and better there.
He is. I know he is.
There's no reason why that shouldn't be a Bryson course. Only reason people think it wasn't was because he made that comment and then he sucked there for a couple of years.
Yeah, in the undulating fairways with his irons that people can't grasp how he does it with those things, but he does. He just does it.
Yeah, he just does it. So would it shock me if he figured it out in one there or no? I mean, do I think he's going to win the Masters? Probably not. But would it shock me? No. What's the number that you would take him at if he say slip to around the week of the tournament, the number's starting to get a little bit inflated?
35, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking 30, 35 is a must play no matter what.
He's He's 18 at the moment.
Yeah, can't bet that.
It's probably where he should be, right?
Yeah,
Him and Morikawa are 18. Brooks is 20.
that's fair. I don't think that's a great number on Brooks at all, but for the other two, it is.
No, I'm just looking at the guys around him. Who has a better chance to win the Masters? Ludvig or Bryson?
You got to say Bryson.
Yeah?
I think.
Ludvig's 14.
Shit number.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Real shit.
I like Ludvig. I think he could. I think he's capable of winning the Masters. I'm high on him, but 14 is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So, all right, Bryson. You say down year, or how about down year in the majors? Win a couple live events, possibly.
Yeah, and for him, I think that's a year.
We get into the middle of America, right? They're playing
Yeah.
Dallas, those type of events.
Yeah, I think that could happen. I mean, I just think just really tough. Again, same thing with Xander. I mean, you do so well in all the majors, and then you're kind of just prone for a disappointment.
Yeah. All right, we got a few more guys. Hovland.
I don't know, man. I was ready to be very high on him because I think that's just how the trajectory of these careers go, a little bit down, and then they take it, and I do believe in the talent, but he's been taking like time off, and like I just don't know exactly what's going on with him.
Eating sheep's heads.
Yeah.
See that? What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I mean, with that said, I still am going to say I'm high on him going into the season.
Wasn't he starting to get it back?
I think so. Let me check out what he's been doing. I feel like we haven't seen too much of him.
Is that necessarily a bad thing? Couldn't he just be practicing? Trying
Yeah.
to figure it out?
Yeah, he was 10th at the Hero, but his approach wasn't very good. He was second at the DP World Tour Championship. He was 5th at Wentworth. Sorry, that's wrong. That was last year. My bad. Second at St. Jude. That was good.
Yeah.
And then T12 of the Tour Championship, and then that's the last we've seen him.
What did he finish at? What about the BMW?
26th.
26th. I think he's bouncing back, but there is a world where it takes another year.
Yeah, it happens.
I feel like it happened to JT. We thought last year was the bounce back. Now I think it's going to be this year, to be honest with you, where those swing changes takes fucking time.
It really does. But Vic, I mean, it does take time, and he still has shown to be like a big game player, though, even when he's not right.
I mean, he almost won the PGA.
And he just was just not even in form at all.
Shit form.
And then in the U.S. Open, he was in the mix, wasn't he?
Was he? I don't remember that.
No, he was cut. PGA, he was third. What else was he?
PGA was the only one he contended at. He missed the cut in the rest of them.
Yeah, but I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, I'm probably still going to bet him at Memorial and
probably Farmers, Pebble. I'm going to bet him early and often.
I'm ready. Yeah, there's some interesting numbers on him. I mean, even Sentry's like 30. I don't love that for him, but I do think you can get him on the board at 25, 30 to 1 on one of these early events. That'll be a good thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Next guy, always lump him in with Hovland, is Morikawa.
I mean, it seems like he's gearing up for something good, but I just in general am not insanely high on him.
Why? Doesn't he feel? I feel like he's getting to that point where he's back.
He is, but yeah. Second at the Tour Championship. He was 54th at the Zozo. We haven't seen him since. But it seems like everywhere saying he's gonna have a bounce back year. Somebody's not gonna.
Well, I thought, why would he be bounce back year? I thought he had a good year last year. He just didn't
Did
win.
He win? Well, that's a pretty bad year for a guy like him, isn't it?
Yeah, but he was good. He was good last year.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he had a bunch of top 10s, bunch of top 5s. Yeah. I mean, could he win the Masters?
Yes. Yes, he can. He has great history there. I would not sneaky good history.
Yeah.
He
I think
he contended last year. He's one I'm actually looking at for the Masters. I don't love the current number, but
20.
is it 20? I thought it was 18.
Yeah, 18. I think I think a 20 is pretty fair though.
Yeah, he's one I really looking at hard, but
Yeah.
I want to see what he does early.
Yep. Yeah, I think yeah. I take back what I said about maybe not being a good year. I think he's gonna have a great year.
I mean, he's just who else on the PGA Tour? Scottie, Rory, JT, Colin, Cantlay. Those are the guys. Is there any other elite guys? Elite
No.
talent guys? Ludvig, sorry. Ludvig's included in there, and Hovland.
Hovland, yeah. That's it.
Yep. All right, and then Ludvig.
And we can talk JT too.
I got three more guys. Ludvig's the first one.
Ludvig's a tough one because of the injury thing. It seems like he's fine, and it was a pretty minor injury.
Yep.
But I don't know, man. Golfers are weird with injuries.
He also his numbers aren't bettable at these majors at all. They're
Not at
terrible
all.
numbers. Terrible numbers.
And even in the regular event, they never price him at a bettable number.
Yep. And he's not like Rahm and Scottie and Rory yet, where he's winning all these other events, you know? Like, but he's still priced like he is, but he doesn't win them. So I can't bet a guy like that
All
until
14.
he starts winning.
Exactly. And obviously his skill set is phenomenal. He's 25 now. It's not like he's too young to be winning these events. He's won once on the PGA Tour and once on the DP World Tour. His only win on the PGA Tour is the RSM Classic, and he's being priced at 12-1.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm high on him, but I mean, not enough to bet him at that number. So I think, are we going to see dip in those numbers? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He's so hard to figure out. And I think it's because of the markets is why he's so hard to figure out.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Do you think he could win a major?
I can see him winning Oakmont. I can see him winning Portrush. I don't really. I mean, I don't love him at Quail because I think you got to be great around the green at Quail.
He's not.
And he's not yet. But ideally, it's a pretty good golf course besides that piece of it for him.
I like Oakmont. Young players tend to do well at U.S. Opens.
Yeah, I would say Oakmont too.
I mean, but
those are also fucking tricky greens. But
yeah,
so was Augusta, and he was the best player on the greens at Augusta. So they're wicked fast, undulating greens like Augusta. So
I think he likes them fast.
Well, those are fucking going to be lightning fast.
They are. I like him. I do like him there. I do. I think long-term, 10-year outlook, he's a U.S. Open player.
No, for sure. For sure.
So I hope he does do great. I mean, but he should be, what should his number be at the U.S. Open right now? 28-1?
I was going to say 25.
Yeah. And in 25, I might consider betting it.
Yep.
What is he, 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. So,
yep. Speaking of U.S. Opens, Brooks Koepka, he's got a couple of them. He's won he won a few times on LIV. Are we getting Major Brooks back this year or no?
I don't know, man. I think those days might be over.
Why?
He's just so inconsistent.
He won 3 times on LIV. What do you mean?
I don't give a fuck about that. He was so bad in the majors last year. He's supposed to be the major killer. Can't show up to any of them.
He didn't show up to any of them?
T26 at the U.S. Open, T43 at the Open, T26 at the PGA, T45 at the Masters.
Okay, coming off a year where he won a major.
Well, that's ago.
Say it
And then
again.
he
You
had the
cut out on
disappointing
me.
one after it.
Oh, okay.
His year.
I like Oakmont and Portrush for him a lot.
Yeah. I mean, could he buy? I mean, we want the numbers. We want good numbers on him, right? I mean, I think you could get him too. 30s, 40s. Yeah, sure. Take the shot.
He finished top 5 at Portrush in 19, and that was the year he played with JB Holmes in the final round, and JB was just slowing his ass down. JB shot like an 85 in the final round.
Yeah.
Maybe might have even been 88 or 90. He still finished 4th, and then Oakmont. I just anywhere DJ is going to win a U.S. Open, you have to consider Brooks.
He's pushing 35 now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know if this schedule is that conducive to success for him. I mean, I want to see him in form and in rhythm and playing good golf, and I just feel like it's.
Why not? Why isn't it good? He never played a lot.
No, but
and he's won it. He's won it with the LIV schedule. He's won a major with the LIV schedule.
He has. Wasn't his first year?
It was his first. Oh, you're saying because of how long he's been on LIV now?
Yeah, I just think we might be seeing the dividends of that starting to pay, like not right away, but like, after 3 years of that. I don't know. I'm very unsure on Brooks. I have no idea.
Also has a family now. That type of shit.
I mean, does he? I don't even want to say this because I don't think it's true, but I mean, how much does he care about contending in majors still? Is that 5th one? Was that like I proved myself?
I think he cares. You don't think he cares?
I think he cares, but I feel like that was just almost like a big weight off his back. Like, hey, I moved to LIV. I won another one. People thought I was going to be done, and almost takes his foot off the gas. I don't know if that's true or not, but
dude, you get to 6 or 7 majors, and you're in a whole different conversation of all-time players.
Do you think he's grinding hard right now?
I think he will be come the season.
He says he's going to get. He says he's going to get 12, right?
Something like that, 10.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm not going to put it past him, but I'm not just incredibly high on him going into it. I mean, the Masters was the one that felt like last year was his best crack at it.
Yeah.
And he didn't show up.
Correct. All right. On to the last guy here. JT. We both bet him at waist, 25-1 on DraftKings. Just based on he plays it every year. It's not an elevated event. So not all the big guns are going to be there that are listed on DraftKings there. Like I doubt you see Rory. You'll see Scottie. So he'll definitely have to beat Scottie. But I don't think you see like Morikawa.
Vic.
Yeah, Vic, those type of guys. So we took JT 25-1. Actually, I think it's an amazing number.
I think it's incredible. I think by the time we get there, he'll be the second favorite.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we did the same thing last year. What do you think? You think he finished top 10, didn't he?
He did. He finished 5th.
Yeah.
So
one of those events where he hasn't won that event yet, and he's gonna win it at some point.
Yes. I'm really high on JT this season in general. I just think I love JT, and I'm not gonna let anyone convince me he's not cool. Like, people think he's boring and blah blah. I think he's better for the game than if he was at his peak than if Scottie is.
Oh yeah.
I can't really determine why.
Had him at the Zozo. That was just needed a couple putts to drop.
And the hero looks great. I mean, he's going to be there battle. He's one of those guys, man. No matter how many times, if he lets us down, I still trust him to not let us down the next time.
Yeah. So we got an event next week, the Century, where I was doing a little bit of research on the Century. I mean, he has amazing history at the Century.
He dominates it.
He's won it a couple times, I think, and if he doesn't win it, when he's been at his best, he's top 5.
I don't want him to blow his load at the Century.
I know.
He's been building a big one up.
It's just keeps building though. How does he not win that?
I know. I'm worried about it. I mean, maybe we bet it, but I mean, I'd like him to rip off a big one, and maybe he not that he can't win that and win a big one.
What else did we have on the
And
schedule?
Sony, he's won twice, hasn't he?
He's won once.
Won once.
And he plays Amex, where he also always plays that well.
What do we think about him for the majors?
I don't love any of the majors for him.
The
Masters would be the one.
I agree. I was going to say the Masters for his best chance, but my concern: do guys miss the cut 2 years in a row at the Masters and win it?
I don't think so.
I don't know if that's even ever been done.
I got a piece at 45-1.
I got something like 35. But let me add this. I will say what he's done this offseason is the right thing. He's been chasing speed.
Yeah.
And we saw that at Hero.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's that longer driver. He was fucking.
Yep. And his iron seemed to be.
And that translates. Yeah. So I think he's gonna have a monster year.
Like 3-4 wins.
Yeah. Why can't he win at Oakmont? Driving accuracy?
Just never consider him a U.S. Open player.
Right, but now with his
gonna win that. I mean, I think the Oakmont winner is gonna be like -1.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think that's his jam. He could win at Quail.
No, he already won at Quail. He's not winning at Quail again.
Yeah, true. And he's already won 2 PGAs.
He's just gonna have 3 PGAs, 2 of them at Quail.
What about Portrush?
I guess. I think I bet him at Portrush, maybe
like 60 or something. Yeah, I think
65. I don't remember.
So the Masters, if he goes into that thing having won a couple early events, which we totally expect him to do, that the Masters could be the one for him.
Yep.
I had bet a 35-1 to him on the Masters for him.
I have a small piece at 45-1.
All right, so we're high on JT.
I just think I could just see him getting 4 wins in a Players, that type of year.
Yep.
Probably, and maybe top 3 in the FedEx.
Yeah, wins at Riv. Waste.
But I think the major will just slip by.
I agree. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I'm not huge on him for the majors, but I think he's gonna be like the old JT.
Yeah. I mean, he's won 5 times in a season before.
Yeah, and he's never been like the best major player.
Right. All right. That's it for guys. I guess we'll get into some other topics here before we get into the majors. Just more on the players. So players that you think will take a step back in 2025. Examples would be like Hovland this past year, JT in 2023. Or whatever year that was for JT, 2022.
You go first.
Couple
standings.
I mean, the obvious answer is X, but I'm going to say X.
Yeah, I think X is definitely. He definitely takes a step back. Who else? It's tough because there's just no one. There's like a few guys that had great years last year.
Well, I'm going to say X, but because I don't see Scottie stepping back, but other guys like on the lower tier, I mean, I don't want to say Ludvig, but like,
does Clark count as has he already turned back to a pumpkin?
I know that was my other one. It was Clark, but I feel like I'm going to say Clark. Yeah, Clark.
Yep. I say Clark too. He's already shown flashes of that, but I think he completely goes.
Same. What about Sahith?
Finished third. He's another.
That's
he's a guy I was going to mention too.
But he's still like up and coming,
Yeah, he is, but I just don't know if he's good enough off the tee to be an elite player.
All right.
He's 27.
Is he?
And I don't know. Does he have the balls to go win an event?
I think he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, a major.
Oh no, I don't see him doing that.
How about a signature?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so I do like Seath, and we tend to get bettable numbers on him too.
Cameron Young.
Would that be regression? Didn't he suck last year?
Yeah, could he keep sucking?
He could keep sucking. Yes, people think he's bound. Like, it's going to happen eventually. I'm not convinced of that.
Right.
What if he becomes Wolf?
Exactly.
Would not shock me. I'm saying Scottie for regression. I know that's crazy, but regression for me is 5 wins and no majors. That's regression.
That's fucking wild.
And then X, I think, is a very, very likely candidate. We didn't talk about Cantley either, who I think is going to have a really good year.
So, I mean, the next question is players to rebound from a bad year in 2025. I know he didn't have a super bad year, but you say Cantley?
I think Cantley's going to have a great year. He hasn't won since 2022.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Crazy.
And I think he could contend in majors for sure.
Yeah, JT and Cantley, I think put their names back into the hat of the top 10, like studs.
We're not asking for much here. Last year was just a horrible year in so many ways, man. Like all
Look
the
at
really
FedEx standings.
Oh God. Like all the good players sucked, and then you had Scottie and Xander, and I'm not a fan of either of those players.
Yeah.
So I think let's just have Cantley and JT. I'm not asking for fucking Bryson to have a great year. I mean, Cantley and JT are kind of stiffs. That's all I want.
People fucking hate Cantley and JT so bad, and we just want them.
Yeah, I like Cantley and I like JT, and
and Hovland. We want Hovland back in the mix too.
Wouldn't you love to see Rahm coming for Scottie's ass in a major?
Yeah, obviously. That's what I want more than anything.
It'd be so good.
Yeah.
How about Tiger?
Tiger's dead.
Okay. So bounce back. I got Cantley and JT mostly. I think Hovland too, but I'm not as convinced on that yet.
Really? What about all right, bounce back here. Bounce back. Let's say Zal.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to say no.
No. Okay.
I think people are going to be in a rush to bet him early, like he's back, and I think it's going to take longer than I think he might need another year.
I'm going to make a case for him at one of these majors here in a few minutes when we get to that point, but just at one of them. Okay. I'm just going down the FedEx list here. What about bounce back year for non-PGA guy DJ? Any chance? Or is he dead?
No, dead.
Dead. Okay. Cam Smith.
Oh man, I don't know.
Was showing things late.
Yeah. Augusta, I'll take him 40-1 if we get a chance and he starts the season strong. I think that would be a good bet.
Currently 30.
Currently 30, but we'll definitely we'll get that 40.
I'd definitely take a chance at that.
Does he have bounce back? I don't know. He's another guy like Bryson. You can rule him out at so many courses.
Right. We can't rule him out at Augusta.
You can't rule him out at Augusta. Or Pinehurst.
So Cam Smith, I don't think he has any chance at any of the other majors.
Portrush?
I don't think so. I don't think it's like a regular Open Portrush. More greener.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think he really has any chance either. No.
Oh. Okay. Another
Neiman, I
question.
think, is a bounce back in the majors. Last year, I mean, I think it's the opposite now. Now he
Good.
doesn't dominate live, and it's like almost a Bryson inverse. But I think he has a better major season. I know. I thought that last year actually, and I think people are sick of hearing it, but I do think he does.
Okay. There's two guys here that are candidates to bounce back. Not sure on one of them. I do think the other one's going to bounce back. We got Fitz and Homa. Can they bounce back from shit years?
Yeah, I'm kind of high on Homa. I think he's been hitting his irons really well towards the end of last season, and then in the fall, I think Homa can definitely have a bounce back season.
I'm fucking super high on Homa. I don't know why. I just think he's gonna have a good year. I felt like I started to see it at the end of last year.
I did too.
I think we should bet him at the Century at 100 right now.
Yeah, I did.
And what is he at waste? Is he listed on
6.
waste?
Is he gonna? I don't think he plays waste.
He doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Then I don't have to bet him. I'd only bet him now if he plays it every year, no matter what.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Yeah, Homa. I was looking at a couple major numbers too. We'll get there.
How about Tommy? I'm pretty low on Tommy this year.
He had a really good season.
Maybe it's fatigue. I think he could regress a little bit.
Okay, that's a good regression one. He dominated. He played really well at Portrush last time.
I mean, he's obviously a contender at any Open ever.
Actually, it's gonna be a perfect score for him at Oakmont too.
Yeah, he's a good U.S. Open player and a good Open player.
So, anything on Fitz?
What
happened to him? What happened to him?
I don't know, man. I think you just chase that dream your whole life, and then once you achieve it, sometimes it might take a couple months. Like, he was fine after that, but I just think, didn't he have the weight and the driver thing at the beginning of last year?
Yeah.
Golf is a fickle motherfucker, you know?
Yep. All right. Next topic: players to make a leap in 2025, a la Xander this year. Not necessarily majors, but maybe guys that have been on the precipice.
It can be a leap from wherever they were to wherever they are.
Yeah, exactly.
I got one I really believe in.
Go ahead.
Akshay.
So
becomes a top 10 player.
Top 10, contends in a couple majors.
Yep.
Maybe, or a major.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still so young, but I think he's gonna. I mean, people forget how young he's 3 years younger than, Ludvig. He's 22. He's just so young. So I still think he might be young to be winning majors, but I think he's just the talent, and he's done some things that I'm impressed with. Even I know the hero doesn't matter, but just being there, leading the field and approach there behind Scottie, like I think he's that tier of great players, and I think he's going to just put himself in that conversation. It might not be winning majors or even contending at majors, like really contending, but playing well at them and just maybe winning a signature event and getting himself kind of in the mix.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yep. That's the next step for him, whether it's this year or next year. I think it's one of these next 2 years.
Yeah, I think he's taking the next step, whatever that means for him.
Correct. What about Dunlap? Is Dunlap could take another step, or do you think he just maybe wins once or twice?
You cut out when you said the person's name.
Oh, Dunlap.
Yeah, I think Dunlap is another player who's just so young, but he's good. I think talent-wise, he's in that next tier of guys. I'm high on him long term, but he's young. He's fucking young.
He is.
I don't think major contention, but I think he's good enough to win something. I think right now he's kind of a birdie fest guy. I don't know if he can grind.
Right.
He turned 21 2 weeks ago.
That's wild.
I mean, but I think he can win a lower scoring good event.
Right. Nikolai?
No.
He
sucks.
He sucks?
Yeah.
Wow. Nico?
Could he be one of those late bloomers?
Right.
But maybe. but I still think he's a specialist in kind of what he does. I know the Zoza was a weird one though.
Fucking so weird. Fuck him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. No.
All right. Any young breakout players? You know this answer more than me. I'm talking like guys that haven't made a name on the PGA Tour or LIV yet. Any guys you're looking forward to?
Yes, a couple guys I'm really high on. People know who are following me the last few weeks for the DP World Tour, but Aldrich Potgieter, and this is why I bet him, was because I'm writing a column right now for Sports Illustrated that's done. That's going to be out on Monday. 5 new players to the PGA Tour who got their card this year, who I'm excited to watch. And he's in there, and that was before he contended in that event. He is talk about ball speed, club head speed, power. I think he has star quality too. I'm just so high on this kid. Am I pissed?
Wait, how did he get his card?
He got his card through Corn Ferry. He won an event.
Okay, because I was looking at the 10 that qualified from the DP and I didn't see his name on the list.
He didn't play. He's only 20.
Okay.
Really, really young. That's why I like the young guys who are young. He just turned 20.
He's a brick shithouse, huh?
He's a brick shithouse. He's been results after results. And what did he do? He won the Bahamas event, the Corn Ferry event.
Okay.
So he got via that way. Same event Akshay won. But he pounds the ball. He's charismatic, and he's an interesting story too. He was born in Australia, and he played there until he was like 10. Then he moved to South Africa, and in South Africa he went to Louis Oosthuizen in school.
Okay.
And he was a standout kind of there, and he is South African, but he was born in Australia for a long period of time. So he's kind of this global. I think he's gonna be a global guy who can play, anywhere. And I think he's that power speed game that we see. I'm pumped he's able to make 25 fucking PGA Tour starts this year at 20 years old. That's a great thing for the tour.
That's good.
I think
I watched that one event that you were on him. That was the first time I ever seen him. So
yeah, I was definitely nervous in that event because he literally just turned 20.
Yeah.
So he's young as hell. And but I like these guys taking that leap early. I think he's one really to watch. I'm going to bet him early and often, triple digits. Just give it a shot. He's fucking good. Now the other guy I'm looking at is Carl Phillips.
Yeah,
Australian.
Yep.
He's I think he's going to have a great year. I could see him being the rookie of the year. He's 23, a little more developed. He's an Australian as well. But he's played good, and he won that Utah event. We were looking at him actually at that time. He's won the Pac-12 championship in college. He was a good college player. I think more well-rounded, kind of. I think he's kind of might be the next generation of Aussie.
Yep.
Who else did I write in that article? 5 players. Luke Clanton obviously is going to be good, but here's the thing: I don't think he's going to be able to make too many starts before May.
Yeah, he's a fucking stud, though.
Yeah, he's good. But
so he used all his exemptions. He used all his exemptions, and he needs a couple more points or something.
Yeah, he needs to get 3 more. What they call the whatever points they're called, the PGA Tour youth system or whatever. And
but he'll be on tour after the U.S. Open, though, won't he be?
Yeah, so he's likely to win the Jack Nicklaus Award.
Yeah,
but that's not given until March.
Gotcha.
So once he gets that, he'll get those 3 points, and then he'll be qualified on the PGA Tour. But I think he has to wait it out, which sucks though because he's fucking ready right now.
Oh, he's a stud.
Yeah. Who else I got? Carl, I like.
He's probably the best out of all the bunch, though, right, Clanton?
Yeah, I think so. But Phillips, real quick, I think we should keep an eye on him. So he was the youngest winner of the men's Southern Amateur at 15 years old. So he's been kind of looked at for the last long period of time as this next young Aussie star.
Wow.
He was like kind of really highly regarded. And you can call him Koala Carl too, which I think is big.
Like that.
Yep. So he's a West Coast guy. So I think we should keep an eye on him on the West Coast swing.
How old is he?
Finished his career at Stanford. Oh, do I have you still?
No, I missed it. How old is he?
He's 23.
Okay. All right. I like that.
So West Coast swing, went to Stanford. His ball speed 120, same as Dunlap and Thor Bjornsson. And his coach right now is Colin Swatton, who was the coach for Jason Day for his rise to the #1 player in the world. So if he's working with him, I think that guy definitely believes in him. So I think he's definitely target early, maybe Amex, something like that.
What about your boy Thor?
He's another guy. He had that little injury. Like, I feel like it might take him a little bit.
Okay. Still high on him long term?
I think so. But I didn't love what I saw that much from him. But he's the type who can spike whenever. And he finished T8 at RSM. He finished the year strong. Yeah, I think definitely should keep an eye on him.
Okay. All right.
Birdie fair guy, though.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right. Want to get into the majors?
Yeah.
All right. We'll start. We'll just go chronological order. Masters. So, I mean, our strategy for the Masters has always been just bet the hot player, best player, right? And I was looking at it today. The hottest player the last 10 years basically has won. Maybe one exception. So last year, Scottie won twice. Year before that, this is before the Masters, won twice before the Masters. Rahm won 3 times before the Masters. Scottie won twice before he won his first Masters. The one exception here was Hideki. But
he's the human exception.
Yeah, he's fucking Asian.
Yeah.
DJ 2020 won 3 times. Even in that shortened COVID season, he won 3 times. Tiger in 2019, he won the Tour Championship the year before, but he was actually playing. He actually made 5 starts before he won the Masters there. In that,
he had a couple of sneaky top 10s too, didn't he? Torrey or Riv.
Yep. Reed didn't win, but he was 2nd and 7th, 2 events prior. And then you had Sergio. I didn't realize how hot Sergio was coming in. He won Dubai in February, and then he had 3 top 15s on the PGA coming in. Then 2016, Willett. He won Dubai in February, and he was 3rd at Doral right before the Masters. And then Spieth was 1st, 2nd coming into Augusta. So our strategy is just basically bet the hottest player. I don't really.
So yeah, as
what to say.
When we've done that in the past, and that's why we bet Rahm and it worked out. When we've done that in the past, we've kind of had eyes on guys who we might expect to start hot. Of our people, we don't know who's going to be hot, but who we have our eye on.
My guy's Rahm. Yours?
I think Rahm and JT. I don't like to miss 2 cuts in a row, but I think if JT wins a couple of early ones, I think and plus that ball speed that he gained, which is going to be crucial at Augusta, I think you got to keep an eye on him too.
Yeah, guys. Well, actually, other bets. Cam Smith.
I mean, Cam could win 2 of Hong Kong, Singapore, and Adelaide.
Yeah, he could definitely win Adelaide and Hong Kong. I'm probably going to bet him both.
Yeah.
Did you bet Reed with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that 100 to 1.
A little bit, 100 to 1. Yeah, I think he could have a good year.
Yeah, it's weird he hasn't won on LIV yet.
No. What about Sergio?
I don't know. Does lightning strike twice?
Well, older players who have already won the Masters win it again. It's happened a lot of times.
What, Tiger?
Jose Maria.
He'd already won it. Jose Maria won it twice. Yeah.
So a guy who's already can't count Tiger, obviously.
Jack
was old. I mean, older. Bubba wasn't old.
Wasn't old.
But he's in the same mold of level of player. tier below, I would say. Or who else?
I wouldn't bet Sergio at the moment. Kind of wait. I don't see his number moving, right? Unless he like. I mean, how would his number get worse?
No, that's another guy who could win at Singapore and Hong Kong.
Yeah, but if he won one of those events, is that number going to move?
Yeah, maybe it'll be 80 or 90. Yeah.
Yeah. Other guys I was looking at, Morikawa 18. I had Cam written down. I had Cantlay written down at 30. I had Zal and Homa written down. Not as much Zal, but more Homa.
How's he been there? Good.
I mean, he was tied for the lead, and then he went in that bush on 12.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that.
He got fucked on that shot.
I don't know if I can picture Max Homa winning the Masters.
No, but what if he? So say we think he's gonna bounce back, right?
Yep.
He's playing all the fucking California events to start the season. He wins 2 Cali events. We're sitting on an 80 to 1, 100 to 1 ticket.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you do it.
Is that what he is?
He's 80 at the moment, I think.
Yeah, you went in and out. What is he?
He's 80 at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I like that. And then the Zal one. What's Zal?
Zal's 82.
If he looks like himself, we don't know if he's going to. I think he probably doesn't. But if he does,
right,
he's the guy who's going to be 25.
Yep. So, but on Homa, I get what you're saying. You don't want to see him win the Masters. It's just right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind seeing it if I'm on him, and I'm not scared to bet him if I think he can win. But it's just a weird thing for me to picture. Max Homa wins the Masters.
What's weirder, him winning the Masters or Cantlay? Not for you, for the general.
Well, I think people would be pissed if Cantlay wins the Masters.
People would be pumped if Max won the Masters.
Yeah, but Cantlay should win the Masters.
Yeah, Cantlay is capable. I don't know if Homa is capable.
Right. I mean, Cantlay is this guy, in my opinion, is just like a top 5 player, and I'm ready for him to take that next step. And he's getting old too.
Is he in his 30s? He's got to be, right?
He's like 33.
Wow.
And he's never really contended in a major, besides last year once and that time with Augusta when Tiger won, if you want to say that.
If he just follows his buddy.
I mean, prior to last year, I was guilty of saying I thought Cantlay was better than Xander.
Maybe he follows it up.
Wouldn't shock me.
Okay. You got an official pick to win at the moment?
Oh, it's so tough. Because you're projecting who's going to play well going into it. I'll say, I know you're going to say Rahm. I'm going to say, fuck. You can't say Scottie. Can't say Rory. I think Colin maybe could win it. But my official answer is going to be JT.
Wow, JT, huh? You're that high on him.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. Okay. All right, Quill.
Is yours Rahm?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like Morikawa, Cantlay, JT. I like all them.
Me too. All right, PGA Quail.
Okay, so I was looking into this. There's a big difference between the 2017 setup and the yearly setup. 2017 PGA was played in August. This event, the regular Wells Fargo, is always played in May. So in August, it's all Bermuda grass, whereas in May, they got overseeded rye. So there's a big difference. And you kind of saw it in the leaderboard in 2017. Yeah, JT finished -8, Reed, Molly, Louie -6, Decky, Ricky -5. And if you remember that, Kisner was kind of around the whole week. He was leading after the first 2 rounds. So not the longest of guys there. Whereas in lately, it's been all bombers. You had
Yep.
Rory and X this past year. You had Clark win it, and X was second the year before that. 2021, Rory won. 2019, not really bomber, but Homa -15. In 2018, Day and Wise, 2 bombers. And Bryson was third or fourth. So I think it's going to play more like the regular Wells Fargo than the 2017 event.
Right, because in 2017 you had all the run out, so the shorter guys could take a shorter clubs and it would run.
Exactly.
So you need distance here.
Distance around the green. I still think you need
long irons.
Your long irons, but you also need to hit the fairway.
Yeah.
They grow that rough up. I mean, this is going to be a tough PGA. It's not going to be like a minus 8. It's not going to be like Valhalla last year, where it was -20. Like, I do think we're going to get like minus 10 to 12.
You know who's going to contend? Benny On.
Benny On. He was third here last year. Putted the shit out of it.
And I think he just fits he's a bomber, hits it long and straight. He had a great year last year. And plus, I like the way he did the President's Cup there.
What do you do at the President's Cup?
I thought he was pretty good. Isn't that why we bet him at Quail this year?
We bet him at Quail this year, but
I thought that was part of why.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. Also on the course, if you remember from Wells Fargo this past year, they put in all new greens prior to the event. So nothing was holding. All the greens are still rock hard. I guess from what the superintendent was saying is it takes a couple of years for them to soften up. So hitting from the fairways definitely going to be a premium.
So we need long and straight hitters who are good around the green and can play on firm greens.
Yeah. It's just I just see it being a more difficult version of the tournament we see every year.
So who does that lead you to?
It leads me to, well, obviously the super obvious answer is Rory McIlroy. But there's also added pressure there. He should fucking win this, man.
He should. Oh, he should. What is he right now? Isn't 9-1 a good number?
I thought I saw 11 on DraftKings. Is that crazy? He's 11-1
too.
11-1 on DraftKings.
That's pretty fucking good, man.
It is. It is. I think it's 850 on all the illegals.
Yeah.
I know it's fucking really good value, but it's fucking tough.
Were the LIV guys in that President's Cup?
I don't believe so. No, they weren't. They weren't. No.
No, they weren't. That's right. How about Neiman?
I don't know. Did you ever play it?
Let me look it up.
I did go through the strokes gained total for last 36 rounds at Quail.
Let's hear that.
All right. We had Rory 1, Day 2. Jason Day, sneaky, really good at this place. JT 3, Joel Damon 4, Tiger 5, Molly 6, X, Bryson, Keith Mitchell, Ricky, Hatton was only 10 rounds. Hideki, Homa, Hovland, Woodland, and Fleetwood.
Oh, I've bet Hatton at 50-1.
You bet 50.
I think he's too good of a player to be 50-1.
Okay.
And I like the course for him too.
Yeah, definitely up his alley.
I think he has a good finish there. And I just checked. Neiman was 18th in his most recent start there, which is 2021.
And we bet Akshay. You bet Akshay, right? 125.
Did I?
I bet him at 125.
I don't know if I did. Definitely should though.
All right. Well, this is the only major I like Bryson at this year. I bet Bryson.
I haven't yet.
So he was 9th in 2021, 4th in 2018, And his PGA history has been really good. Second, fourth, 38th at Kiawah, but he shot a 77 on Sunday. Just another Carolina course on Bermuda. So he shot 77 on Sunday to finish 38th. So he was in the top 10 going in, and then he has another fourth at a PGA. And he has Bermuda wins. I mean, API, Pinehurst,
Harding Park, yeah.
Harding Park. Yes, Harding Park was that fourth where he almost beat Morikawa. Yep. I like Bryson.
He will win a PGA.
I like Bryson there. I thought 20-1 was too high.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I want to bet it or not. I'm gonna kind of wait and see because I think that 20 might be available later. I don't know. I don't even know if it is anymore, but I want to see how things play out. All good points. I agree. I will say this with Hatton. The 50-1 that I bet, I like his most recent start at Quail 2023 finished third.
Yep. He's 30-1. Where'd you get that?
50 was on DraftKings forever.
Well, it's 30 now. You're moving lines.
Yeah, and I've moved him before, and it hasn't done anything for me. So
let's go down the odds board here. You got okay. See if you have any interest in any of these guys. Vic 20.
There's a possibility that I would be interested in that. Yeah.
Right.
Not right now, but if I see something.
Right. Like he could win.
He definitely win a PGA at Quail.
Yeah, isn't this kind of like API a little bit?
Yeah, and it's one of those ones where, like, I think I've always thought his first might be a PGA. What's he done at Quail? He was T24 last year. He's a T3 in 2021.
There you go. Okay. You got your boy Cantlay 28.
He could win at Quail.
Bermuda.
Yeah, I don't love that, but you told me he's being better on Bermuda lately.
Yes, he has.
And real quick with Cantlay, talk about a major guy who ends his career with one major and it's a PGA. That's a Cantlay.
Yeah, you know what? He speaking of that, North Carolina last year, that was the major he contended in. Pinehurst.
T29 last year, T21 in 2023. Not bad.
Yep. Okay. You got your boy JT trying to go back to back at Quail.
Yeah.
We already talked about that. Neiman 40. You like that? You like that number? I know you like Neiman for it, but do you like the 40?
Not enough to bet it right now.
All right, here's a number I thought was good. Hideki 50.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
That's a good. Isn't that the same reason you bet Hatton at 50?
Yes, but we
know Hideki's number can fluctuate.
That's the thing with Hideki is that he might be fucking dead by the PGA.
He could be dead or he could be the fucking best player on tour.
He's a tough guy to bet futures on because it's just the injury stuff, the form stuff. You never know what's going on with him, the neck, the this. It's just always something.
Yeah.
What's he done at Quail? Let's see. T31, and he doesn't play Quail.
No, he did that one.
The PGA.
PGA. He was the hottest player on tour at the time. He won Bridgestone the week before.
He finished fifth.
What did he finish?
Fifth.
Yeah, he was actually it was Rory then him on the odds boards.
Interesting that he doesn't play Quail after that, isn't it?
Yeah, he was just in a hot streak, I think. He doesn't play it?
No.
I thought he was on the list.
Played.
Some other numbers. You got we already talked to Akshay. Your boy Benny Inn, terrible number, 65.
That's what I mean. If he was 100 or greater, I would bet him.
Yeah.
Probably can't win though.
Zal's 100, Cam Young's 80, Sergio's 100, one here. Ricky 100.
Sergio won't be in the field.
It's true. What is any thoughts on Ricky doing anything this year?
I don't know, man. Probably not.
Okay. All right. That's really it. Do you have a pick to win? Yeah.
Yeah, pick to win. I will go with PGA. I don't know if I want to burn my Rahm pick here or I'm going to burn it somewhere else. Quail. Rahm never plays Quail.
No, I got his history easy though.
Not good.
Nope. 58th at the PGA.
I mean, is Rory too easy?
I mean, pick to win, I guess.
I mean, I think he definitely could win. I think Hatton 50-1 is a good bet. Do you think Hatton has a temperament to win a major?
A PGA, yes. Yeah.
I'm going to say Hatton.
All right. If you give me Rory, I'll just take Rory. I would have said Bryson. My pick, I guess.
You say Bryson, I'll say Rory then.
Okay.
Who's your longer shot that you think could Hideki?
So weird. I get it. Why do I like Homer this year? So fucking annoying. No, Akshay is my longest shot.
Okay.
Long shot.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's 50-1 by.
Yeah, he likes the Carolinas.
Yeah. All right, U.S. Open. I mean, I'll give you my pick to win is Scottie Scheffler. I think he's going to win this, but I'm obviously not going to bet him. But that's my pick.
Can't bet him?
5-1.
No, probably not.
Can you bet him?
No, but I mean, if we get to that week and all of a sudden it looks so inevitable that we believe he's truly winning, I wouldn't be opposed to betting it.
Yeah. So I did a little research on Oakmont. I don't know if you've done any, but the greens are extremely difficult. Gil Hanse came in and did a redesign or a restoration of it. Moved some of the bunkers around, or reshaped them for like the landing areas for your drives. So that'll come into play a little bit. And he kind of eliminated the ability to like cut corners or like go around the trouble like at other like PGAs. He also did the redesign for Winged Foot, which didn't go so well for him because Bryson tore it up. So I think he's trying to get it back where they can't tear this place up. So I envision this tournament being extremely low scoring, like -1, -2. I wouldn't even be shocked if it was plus. We see a plus winner.
And that's definitely good for Scottie.
Yes, very good for Scottie. Yeah, it's not good. Not great for Rory.
Not great for Rory, and
hey, it's good for Rahm.
I might say Rahm. I mean, Rahm might be the best U.S. Open player of the generation when it's all said and done.
Right.
I love Rahm there. I mean, yeah, I think he's great around the greens. I think he's good on Bermuda.
Also, this looking at history, Oakmont favors guys that hit fades, cut shots. You got DJ, 2016, 2007 was Cabrera on hell, Ernie Els, and then I mean Jack won it once. He predominantly hit a cut. So
well, it's all he hit. I think I think Rahm could definitely win at Oakmont. And that's what I want to be a part of too.
Rahm at Oakmont?
Yeah, I mean, I'm U.S. Open is just another one. We say the hottest best player, but it feels like it's the hottest best player.
Yeah, I haven't made one bet yet at Oakmont. And Rahm's listed here at 12. So you go down this list and just eliminate guys. I mean, Scottie could win. X.
Eliminate.
Wow. Rory.
Can't eliminate.
Rahm.
Yep.
Bryson.
You can't eliminate it in a U.S. Open.
Ludvig, 16.
I mean, you can't eliminate him based on his skill set, but at 16, you'd have to be fucking insane.
Right. Devin.
Yeah.
I know Devin loves him, of course. All
He's
right. Yeah. Morikawa.
Can't eliminate him.
Can't eliminate. Okay. I don't love him.
No, I don't like him there either. But I mean, he's probably the fourth best player in the field.
Brooks,
Can't eliminate him in the U.S. Open.
right? Hovland.
I think you might be able to eliminate him at Oakmont.
Yeah, I agree. Hatton is so those are the guys under 30. Then you get into 30s, which is we got Hatton, Cantlay, JT. I wish this fucking number was better. Hideki at 30.
I bet Hatton at 50 for both PGA and U.S. Open, and I think course-wise, it's a really good fit for him.
Yep. Lowry was winning the thing.
Was he?
Oh yeah, he had a big lead going into Sunday.
Oh yeah. Was he 4 up on DJ?
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of those guys you can probably eliminate, man. Really.
What about Hideki?
Can't eliminate Hideki.
Why isn't
he likes the
50?
Northeast? I know he should be 50. Also thinking about that, Rahm was good in that Northeast U.S. Open, Brookline.
Yeah. So okay, there's another thing. Hans did a redesign of Brookline.
Yep.
Wingfoot, and Southern Hills.
Who does that give you?
Fucking Zal.
Yes.
He almost won the Country Club, almost won Southern Hills, and he was 8th at Wingfoot. 100-1.
And he's a U.S. Open player too. Should
US
be.
Open player. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but I mean, would it shock you if he was in contention at a U.S. Open?
No, and I've made much worse bets than that. 100-1.
Wait, we're not betting him at 50. Couldn't we just bet him at 100? It's not. We're not doing much.
Is he 100 on offshores?
I didn't check. I was just looking at DraftKings. He might not even be 100 on DraftKings.
I would need that due to a cash flow issue.
Exactly. He's 80 on DraftKings. I'll look up the others for you.
80, 100, I think is good. Yeah, for sure. I would bet that right now. Why not?
But then the other guys that success at those places was I was thinking about was Rahm was one of them, but then Fitz obviously won Brookline and then was 5th at Southern Hills. Remember, it was him and he was in contention there. But
yep, I do remember that.
So.
He was in the final group.
Yep. He's 65. I don't know if I have much interest in, and I don't think he's winning another U.S. Open. So,
no, or another major.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah, I like that Zal 100 at the. I think that's a great point you made, and it's really good correlation. I think it's good stuff.
Okay.
We probably should find a place to bet it before we fucking release this episode, because I think that's one of those things everyone's going to bet.
Yeah. Pick to win. I'm going to say Scottie. Go ahead.
I will say U.S. Open. U.S. Open. I'm going to say Rahm.
Okay. That leads us to the last major, Portrush. Are we idiots to bet this? Bet the Open?
Yes.
And I've already made a few bets. I fucking pounded Rahm. What if
Cut out again? Who?
I said I fucking pounded Rahm.
Fuck it. No. 18 on Rahm for a major for a guy who's going to win 2 majors this year. Bet it.
All right, good. 18. And I bet Hovland at 25. I don't know why I bet Hovland at 25, but there's a world where Hovland can be fucking 14-1.
Absolutely, there is. I agree with that for sure. And I do think, yeah, for the most part, you should probably wait to bet the Open.
Yeah. But I was looking at Rahm's Open history. It's fucking great.
With that being said, I'll add a disclaimer to that. Xander was 28-1 pre-season futures for the Open.
Yep.
So I don't think you're completely crazy to think that could happen with a guy like Hovland. I mean, it's almost the same.
It's exactly the same.
So yeah, no, I don't think you're crazy to do that. But Portrush, you know a lot about Portrush. Give me the skinny.
It's just it's not like your typical. It's not baked out. It's more green.
Mm-hmm.
Last time they played it was a lot of rain, it was windy. It's more. I feel like it's less like Liverpoolish and more like I know you hate this place, but St. George.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like your typical. Like I don't think it's gonna be difficult. I think it's gonna be minus 16 to 18.
Yeah. I mean, it should be good for Rory,
It should be.
and it should be. Yeah, I mean, I like the reason I like it better than St. George. I think at least scenically it's better.
Scenically, it's way better. Yeah.
And I think hopefully there's less chance of having no wind
Right.
because it's more coastal.
Yep.
Coastal, Linksy, Rahm.
Yeah. Rahm's. Yeah, I pounded Rahm.
He's won in Ireland. Won 2
Yep.
Irish Opens.
Yep.
I think Rahm's gonna win.
Would we be worried if Rahm won a major one of the majors before?
Somewhat, but Xander did it. And another thing I'm thinking about with Rahm, and I cannot believe people give him shit for not competing at majors last year. His 7th at the majors at the Open last year was one of the better major performances we've seen from.
Shit wave. Remember
A lot
how
of
hot he got?
criticism.
Remember how hot he got on Sunday? First
Yes.
5 holes. Oh,
I mean, he had a great performance that week. And who's the other guy who came from the bad wave? Billy? No.
it was either
Rose?
Billy or Rose.
Yeah. That was a good Open, even until the end.
Until Xander just put his foot on everybody's throats, but like up until like hole 12,
10.
it was great. Yeah.
Billy looking to win an Open. Rose would have been great.
Yeah. But other than that, besides Rahm, the Hovland 25, similar case as X. I don't think you can go betting this.
No, you don't. And we've gotten fucked on these waves so many times with the Open and never learn a lesson.
Right.
But we hit the Cam one, which is very fantastic.
It was.
No, it's not a future though.
Nope. Bet it off the Scottish.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on the majors?
I bet Vic to win 2+ at 200 to 1.
Wow.
Just a small $50 bet.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. There's a world where that happens.
Yeah. Well, what's Rahm doing too?
I think it's 100 to 1 or something.
Wow.
50.
I might have to find that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. It might not be 100 to 1. I remember a couple of them were pretty bad. I think Scottie's probably like 9 to 1.
All right. I mean, some listener questions. Who's your PGA Tour Player of the Year?
JT.
Okay, I'll say Rory.
Nope. I gotta
Go
say this real quick. I was wrong. Scottie to win 2+ majors is 7 to 1.
Holy shit, man, that is fucking wild. What is he?
Rahm's 35.
Damn, that's tough. Is he even money to win one?
See, that's why I think Hovland 2 is actually pretty good compared to all those. He's the same number as Louis.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We'll win a major. We got. Yeah, Scottie's even money.
That's crazy. What's Hideki to win to?
To win 2. That's a good one. I think he's not. Maybe this is why I bet the Hovland 200 because I think Hideki's 200 as well.
I like the courses for him.
JT's 150.
It's a good value.
Yeah.
Hard to win too.
Oh, now people are going to think it's possible because it just happened, but it isn't. It probably isn't.
All right. Your PGA Tour Player of the Year was who?
JT.
All right, I'll say Rory. Yeah. Players Champ.
Players Champ. I'm going to go Vic.
I'm gonna go JT.
Okay.
We got any news on this LIV PGA merger? I know people just keep throwing breadcrumbs out there, but nothing ever fucking sticks.
Yeah, I thought we'd get it by the first of the year, which obviously get a Friday news dump maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe nothing. I don't know. I mean, the Fox thing I think was big.
Is that official?
No,
No.
I don't think so. I think they said almost done. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about the merger really, to be honest with you. Do you have any thoughts on LIV season at all in general, or
I don't know. Is anybody gonna go?
no?
No.
No one big.
Okay. I don't really have any thoughts. I just want these guys all back playing together.
Ketterup just went to the Cleeks. I've known that for a few months, and I even asked if I could write a little piece on it, and they said no. So someone else did, but yeah, I mean, younger players, I guess, they're going for, or maybe no, this is really what happened. And people are saying, like, because I wrote that story earlier that said the phone's ringing off the hook or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's people are conflating those, like they think that those two things both can't be true, and they can be. People are calling, but
All right.
they're saying, "Hey, remember you offered me 80 million 3 years ago? Can I have that?"
And they're only willing to offer like 25.
Yeah, and they're saying, "No, we gave out all the guaranteed contracts already. There's no more guaranteed money to give out." Now, and the biggest shift, I think, and why the league can possibly be profitable, especially if the Fox thing works out, is because now the onus is on the players, on the teams to pay their players guaranteed contracts.
Okay.
So they can only pay them if they're obviously getting prize money, but that has to go allocated towards player guaranteed contracts, and that LIV's not sending out any real money. I mean, does that mean they wouldn't pay for Rory? Or, yeah, of course they would, but they're not giving Tony Finau $100 million anymore. That's not happening.
Right.
So I think, yeah, there were people interested, and the GM told me they got a call from two guys who both denied offers in the past. I personally think it's Clark and Finau, or Clark and one of those guys, and they said, "Hey, I want that money," and they said, "You were nowhere even in the ballpark."
Yeah.
So people miss that. The big reason those guys get paid that was because you're assuming a giant risk,
Right.
and you've lost that bit of that risk. So yeah, so no big guys are coming. That doesn't mean no big guys are interested. But I don't know. How do I feel with the LIV season overall? I don't know. I hope it's better.
So what are they doing with these guys? Aren't these guys' contracts up after the end of the year?
I think a few of them are, and I think many of them are after next year. I don't think the guaranteed. I think that they get the equity. I don't think they're re-signing him to give him more money.
But do you see any of them leaving?
No, not really. I think people want to think that's happening. There's
Yeah.
one guy who I could possibly see. I don't think he's going to. Who do you think it is?
Is it a big name?
Say you cut out again. Who do you say?
You saying a big name possibly?
Yeah,
I would say Brooks.
yeah. That's the only guy I think is possible.
Right.
I think he likes being buddy with those PGA Tour guys.
Yeah, I would say Brooks out of all of them. Bryson,
And
definitely no.
Bryson loves it. Cam loves it. DJ loves it. Rahm's contract still has 3 more years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you see some mid-tier guys? But then a lot of them. So now they got to go to fucking Q school.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a couple of spots left.
But if the merger happened, who are they letting back in? Like, what do they do? What is the PGA doing with LIV if the merger happens?
My guess would be sponsored exemptions for one, and I think they'd create a category in the elevated events, top 5 players from the previous year's standings, exempt signatures. That's what I would guess.
Okay.
And then I think maybe you can explore a couple mixed events.
When you say mixed, I always think women.
Fuck that.
Got no interest there, but well, like mixed team events.
Yeah, team and individual.
Oh, they would. So they'd have like a full field,
I think, or like a 80 man field, and maybe have a Spanish Open or something, or a.
Gotcha. But that wouldn't be next year. That'd be the year after.
Yeah, I think all of it would be 2026, really. And I do think you could get a team of wild card, or get the wild card system is already working. I mean, if you want 3 PGA Tour guys to play in the event, have them be wild cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested with I think the most interesting one's the Fox deal.
I think we're pretty safe bet that's going to happen. That's another one I knew for a long ass fucking time.
No, I know it's going to happen, but I think the Fox is going to be telling, see, for viewership. But I know there's questions about the viewership numbers, but
So do you think your grandfather will watch it on Fox?
yeah, definitely.
And that's the audience.
He'll be like, who did you bet on? Where can I watch it?
Yeah.
Because he watches it on fucking CW, which usually tape recorded. He has
Does he?
no idea. Yeah. If I have somebody in the mix, he's watching it.
But I think people, that's the question. Are people going to be more apt to watch it now that it's on Fox? I think so. I do. I don't think it's going to be. It's still going to be declined, just like the PGA Tour is.
Right.
People don't give a fuck about watching golf on TV right now.
But can they get 1 million views on a Sunday on Fox? I mean, PGA's doing what, 1.5 million?
In shit events or
I don't know. What is the PGA to even
real?
doing for rating on a real event? Like less than 2 million, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I think the ceiling is like a low end PGA Tour event.
Yeah. All right. A couple other things. TGL and Tiger. You have interest there? Right before Tiger, TGL. Any interest?
I got a Boston Frog shirt for Christmas.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
I tweeted that I liked it, and my wife got me one. But I do like it. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a try. I don't like simulator golf really in general. I don't even like to play it, but I don't know. I like golf. If it's on Tuesday night and you get fucking a 2-on-2 match, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll give it a try, but I don't think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, but we like betting matchups. We like betting Ryder Cup matches. It's gonna be the same thing.
No, I think it's gonna be different. They're throwing like weekend type bets into it. It's not just head to head. Like I saw, you can throw a hammer down.
The fuck is
hammer.
that?
You know the hammer bets that you can play with. It's basically like pressing a hole.
Oh yeah.
It's not like your typical 1v1 matchup. All the time, at least.
I think it mostly is though.
Okay.
Because you get 3 guys. You get a 2-on-2 match and a singles match.
I think it could be interesting, but I don't know.
I like that they actually putt on a real green.
Yeah, I guess I gotta see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's probably probably gonna suck. Yeah, but I'm gonna give it a try first.
All right, and then Tiger.
You know what? I actually, real quick, I think I wouldn't be shocked if we saw like a TGL champion versus like the LIV champion in a simulator match.
You're saying we're gonna see that?
Yeah, team champion.
Okay.
Tiger. I don't know, man. I know you say he's dead, and he, most likely is. But would it shock me if he played well at Augusta?
He can't fucking walk, man.
Wasn't he walking? He walked to the PNC.
Did he?
Yeah, 2 days. I know.
He didn't even hit all the. You have to hit all the shots. It was a scramble.
I know he looked fucking good though. Yeah, I mean, very likely he's done for good. I still think for him, it's like you got to play a couple events. You can't just go and play the Masters without playing anything else prior to that and expect it's going to work out.
Well, that's what he's done that for like 4 straight years.
I know. So no, and unless he decides to expand his schedule, play Riv,
he's not doing it. Okay, we got
Ryder
this.
Cup stuff?
We hold on for the Ryder Cup. Okay, we got this question from a listener. Do you see any DP Tour players, the 10 that graduated, winning on the PGA Tour, a la Pavone or Bob Mack? So I look back at it up from last year. Of the 10, only 9 went to the PGA because Moronk went to LIV.
Mm-hmm.
Moronk earned $5.3 million. Only Bob Mack earned more out of those 10. He earned $5.4 million off his 2 wins. And 3 of them lost their cards. Thor, who actually got his card back, Bjork, and Campillo. So
Okay.
the other guys all sucked.
Do you have the list of the guys who got it?
Yep. So Thor lost his card on the PGA, but was top 10. So he got his card back because of the DP. You have Rasmus, Thurston Lawrence, Paul Waring, Jesper Svensson, Nicholas Norgard, Mateo, Thor, Antoine Rosner, Rico Hoshinino, and McKibben.
McKibben's an interesting one. People are high on him. I haven't seen him play that much. I have a off the wall, and these easy answers, and I think Rasmus will have a good year.
Your team Rasmus over Nikolai?
I didn't used to be, but after seeing Nikolai last year, I think I'm out, and I think Rasmus is the better player. So, but one sneaky one that I think could, like Pavone was kind of sneaky last year.
Yes, he was.
I think Jesper Svensson is more suited for the PGA Tour than he is for the DP World Tour.
Oh, I don't know anything about him.
He pumps it, hits it far. He's contended in some big events. I like his swing. I like his look.
Assuming he's Swede.
Yeah.
Okay. He could win.
Yeah.
Did he win ever on DP?
He has won once in the DP, once on the Challenge Tour. His DP win was this at the Porsche Singapore Classic this year. And let's see, he finished 7th at the DP World Tour Championship too.
Wow. What about Thirsty?
I think that's going to be the answer most people give, but I don't know. I'm not huge
wild
on.
Is he almost won the fucking Open.
Yeah, he was in the mix.
About that. He was leading on like the 9th hole.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty good crop of guys.
Do you?
Mateo, I'm excited to watch him play in the PGA Tour after kind of his whole.
Are all these guys definitely going?
I think. Yeah.
Okay. We had another question from a listener. How many times will Matt bet on Tommy Lad?
I'm hoping less.
Yeah, hoping less, but those locks you just attracted to those locks, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do think he played so well last year and didn't win that it makes me feel like he's less likely to win now. Like he had his chances.
Okay.
But he also is so good that it would be really pretty weird if he never won ever.
Right. He can't win the Canadian Open or something?
Yeah, I'll probably bet on the Canadian Open again.
Yeah.
I'll to answer the question, I'll give a definitive answer. I think I'll bet on him 4 times.
Okay. Does he win?
No.
It's fucking sad.
Comes close though.
All right, over under number of Cooch tweets from Matt. Line set at 45. We going over or under this year?
I'll probably go under because I've really laid off him towards the end of the year. I just think his time's over. I thought he had a couple of chances where get an old man win, but I think he's getting too far. So I'm gonna say under. I don't see us betting him that much this year.
Okay. That wasn't a listener question. That was a question from me.
Oh. What do you think? Do you think it'll be over or under?
I did a little research. I looked back. You weren't that high, but you did have a lot. But it's also, you never know how many U's to type in when you search,
Oh, yeah. So you've definitely missed a couple.
Yeah. All right. Ryder Cup. Who's winning the Ryder Cup? Last thing.
I'm going to say U.S.
Are we getting Bryson, Brooks, all those guys?
I think you'll definitely get Bryson. Who's the captain? Billy? No, I mean Keegan, same guy. I think he said he'll pick the best guys. But does Bryson need to have a good major season to get in?
I think he needs to have a good overall season, yeah. But I don't know. Hasn't he done enough?
I think he has.
Unless he sucks ass.
Yeah, I think if he's in, I think he's in. And then, is there any other Americans on LIV that have a chance?
I don't think so, right?
No.
They're mostly Latinos and Europeans.
Yeah. It's just DJ and Brooks.
Yeah, then you get lower tier guys that suck now, like Wolf.
Yes.
So does Sergio play?
I think he'll be there.
Huh?
What do you say?
You said, will Sergio be there?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Wow. Rahm and Hatton will be there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would bring Sergio there. I don't think they're going to. What does he have to do? I mean, he has to get there on points, I think.
Can't be a pick?
What does he have to do for them to pick him?
I don't know. He's been talking to Donald about it. He wants to be there. You don't think, what if he wins fucking 3 LIV events and does well in the majors that he contends in, like top 20s majors?
I think he's only playing in one.
He's only playing in the Masters? Why isn't he playing in the Open?
Didn't he? Because I don't think he's qualified.
Well, qualify. He's got to qualify for that in the U.S. Open?
Yeah, if he qualifies, I guess. But I think as of now, he's only in the Masters.
Wow, that's terrible.
I know. Could he be an assistant captain?
Does he want to do that?
I think eventually. I don't know about right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would do it. I think if they asked him, he would do it.
Yeah. All right. So you think the U.S. wins? Tight one? I think it could be a tight one. Yeah.
Really tight. I think the Europe's team is better. I think it's almost like a neutral. It's almost like a 3-point favorite on a neutral site type thing. I think it's like the U.S. is slightly has a chance to win because of the home field, but that's it.
Yeah. I'm factoring in JT being back.
Yep, you need him to be back. But then you don't have Spieth. I mean, does a guy like Dunlap take the leap, or Akshay? I think you got to have some of those guys instead of the Billies of the world.
Yeah. I can't believe they didn't take Akshay last year.
To the President's Cup?
Took fucking Harmon. What a fucking stupid fucking move that was.
What's the point of that? Like, you really don't care about the future? Not even just the present, the future. I mean,
Harmon's fucking 40-something.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. Back next week?
Back next week for the Century. Made a couple bets already, but we'll save them for next week.
All right. Cool. Enjoy the new year.
So have a good year.
Bye.